Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Conqueror Gun Carriage. It's the Tier 10 British SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Erlenberg and it's under the command of General Disturbance. Yes, one of my videos took place this evening. Thought you might like to see this one straight away because something rather funny happens in it during the first couple of minutes. Game started. Well, 9.2-inch howitzer, main armament, based on the Conqueror chassis. It's got a caliber of 233.7mm with alpha damage of 1200 and penetration of 59mm. Now that's going to become extremely relevant very shortly, and you'll see what I mean. I know a lot of you like to see certain light tanks wiped out fairly quickly, and a pair of them have turned up fairly close to us right now, an EBR 105 and a T100 LT. And yes, I'm going to do naughty things to little tanks. So if you are of a nervous disposition, I suggest you avert your eyes very shortly, because yep, that EBR came to sight. He did a quick turn and yeah, I just blew his turret off with one shot. So, I've just killed their EBR. Now, surely you can't do the same thing again twice in a row? Well, let's see. I'm just going to change position slightly, just in case the enemy was watching. It's a long reload, 35 seconds. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. And it's the T100 LT's turn this time. Hello, Mr. T100. He's taken a little bit of damage, but I fire, and he's gone as well. 2 shots, 2 kills, both light tanks wiped out. I'm sure my team were looking at that going, what? two Arty shots killed the light tanks? Yep. Pretty much wiped them out on that side of the map. The enemy has no more light tanks. They lost them all because they were a little too careless. Especially that EBR driver, because he did a spin turn which actually slowed him down enough for my shell to reach him. Well, that Progetto 65, oh, that's brutal. The Ram Panzer just rammed him, and unfortunately we lost the Ram Panzer as well, but he got taken out by a Guerrilla 15 somewhere in the distance. Okay, we're going to Yank Panzer E100, the Jaegeru in the town. I can probably put a shell somewhere close to him. I'm almost loaded. Lining him up for target, marked him as a target. Unfortunately, he goes around that rubble and kills our Progetto 65, but I'm going to try and lob a shell in there. And 250 hit points from a near miss. Having a quick look over by the castle, you can see I've got an E50M. And there's also an Object 430U. Now they just lost their AMX-30B, but the 430U popped through and he's just about to take some shots at some of our teammates. And he pulls back and takes a round right on the engine deck for 577. So I'm really rocking the damage on this game so far. E50M, Tier 10 German medium. See if I can get a shot onto him. Still loading. Lose sight of him, unfortunately. And when you lose sight of a target, that makes it very difficult for you to get a good shot on them. So I'm going to try and splash that Object 430U if I can. Okay, we're loaded. Rounds out. So I splashed the 430U. I actually held back because I thought that the Centurion was going to take out the 430U with his gun. And I didn't want to fire a shell, and then suddenly he shot and killed the 430U before my shell even arrived. Okay, over in the town we've got 268 now. And what else? There's that E50M again. Back to him. Our EBR has actually made it into the enemy rear, and he just took out the E50M. You can see the 268's gone to that gap. I'm dialing in. Can I get a shot to splash him? Rounds out. Well, it hits the wall instead of the target. I'm going to change position because I need to get a better angles on the enemy. I couldn't have crossed the railway tracks originally at the start of the battle because if I had the EBR or the T100LT would have seen me, and then the enemy Arty would have had a go. The scores are still fairly even, but we're massively up on their hit points. They have taken a battering with 3,000 hit points better than them, and well, they're about to lose some more of their teammates. I'm going for that 268 first. I know he's there. Fully dialed in, rounds out, and splash kill. So 3 kills now for me. The Jaegeru got fired on there, and he's stunned. Our Gorilla had a shot at him, but he's hiding behind the walls, so that's why the Jaegeru's not firing back. Now I might be able to land a shell next to the Jaegeru. If I can probably take him out. Well, he just got hit by an Arty shell from our GWE100. Almost loaded. Wants to try and get a shot on him, and he dies before my shell's loaded, so I can't take that kill. That would have been my 4th for sure. Okay, so we're now looking for targets. There's 4 enemy tanks left with 3 up on the enemy, and I just need new targets to fire at. I'm looking over where the Gorilla was last seen, at the base of that hill. But I'm now thinking, well, the enemy's probably somewhere near the cap area. Just need to see where the enemy might be. Is he going to be in those trees? Always thinking Arty might be hiding amongst these trees. It's one spot. Oh, there is an enemy tank here. It's a Leopard 1. And it looks like he's been AFK for virtually all the battle. And I just fire as he starts moving, and my shell goes exactly where he was. So I would have got a direct hit on him, possibly on his engine deck as well, at long range, but unfortunately he's now moving about. Now the next target's a Gorilla. As you know, that's a German tier 10 tank destroyer based on the Panther hull with a very big gun, the 15cm. Now I'm just lining him up for a shot. Few seconds to go, and he moves around the side of the building. I lob the shell in, hoping to catch him. I get a 99 hit points and stun him, and the mouse fires on him, but unfortunately he doesn't get the kill. The Gorilla's still moving about, but he's still stunned and he's taking damage, so I'm picking up stun assist. There goes the Leopard. There's only 2 enemies remaining. Now I'm actually having to move closer because most of the areas in the south are just too far away from me to actually get shots on. So the only way I can actually get close enough is to just drive straight south, disregarding my safety. And hopefully I might be able to get a shot at the enemy before the end of the game. Well, I was looking over in this corner of the map in the hope that there might be somebody over there. Doesn't appear to be. Okay, now we're looking over to the other side now because they've indicated he might be over onto the far side of the map. Fingers crossed, somebody turns up. I'm loaded, ready to rock and roll. We're capping now as well. There's a shot from the enemy, from our teammate, the GWE100. Not the enemy GWE100. The enemy's got an object 261. Just trying to work out where they might be. Unfortunately, again, I'm having to move because they're too far away. And oh, there's the 261. He came out to the open. And there's the Striv 103B. Now I'm dialing in on the Striv. Hopefully I'll get a shot in. Rounds out. Long flight time. Lands alongside him for 334. And he gets killed immediately by the Striv 103B. So it's game over. But I thought you might like to see that end of battle, those first two shots, because they were absolutely magnificent. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And here's the end of battle results, and it was a first class tanker for general disturbance in the Conqueror Gun Carriage. I still haven't had an ace in my Conqueror Gun Carriage, but I have had a first class now. I managed to get a demolition expert because I blew the top off that EBR 105. And I also got a bruise and medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, I got 13. My win rate from that battle was only 2,667. I didn't get any other medals, I'm afraid, but I thought those first two kills, especially the EBR 105 KABOOM, was well worth it. If you I will actually try and do a quick recap on that moment, probably on a free camera as well, just so you can see exactly what it looked like at the other end when the EBR just went kaboom. And if we look at the team score, we can see that I didn't do a huge amount of damage in the game. The high scorer, in fact, actually was the Jaeger on the enemy team with 3,694, but he didn't get a high caliber. The next high scorer was the M48 pattern with 3,258, and the enemy EBR, or our EBR rather, did 3,185 hit points. And he also managed to get 3 kills. I got 3 kills, and so did the Striv 103B, and so did the enemy Striv 103B. When it came to base XP, it was the EBR 105 on our team did the best with 1,009. I came second with 911, not enough for an ace tanker, and 817 for the mouse who managed to get a Confederate. I fired 11 rounds in the game, got 3 direct hits and 2 penetrations. Obviously, you know which ones were the penetrations. Yes, went straight through those light tanks. 9 splash, damage of 2,661 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Just check those 2 figures, yes, because the EPR, penetrated him for 399. He'd already been hit, but it just finished him off and blew up his ammo rack. And 360 hit points off the T100 LT, and I did pen him as well. If we look at the credits, I did 51,150 credits from there. I got a mission completion. In fact, actually, I think that's the holiday ops there, 25,575. And after ammunition resupply, I took away a profit of 49,775 credits. Got 7 bonds for this being a tier 10 vehicle. 1,366 XP, plus a mission completion reward for 13,670, plus personal reserves of 1,366. Took away 16,403 experience points altogether. So quite a good battle when it's the start of the game. Just to blow up those the EBR and the T100 LT, that just made it all the more worth it. And of course, I was actually connected on TeamSpeak, so they heard these hoops of joy from me over the TeamSpeak radio when I blew them up, because it was just so epic to do them with just one shot apiece, and just after the other. So I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below because it feeds the algorithm.
You can do it. Feed me, Seymour.
And thank you very much for watching, and Merry Christmas to everyone.